Sorry about that.
No worries.
No, I was saying sorry to a guy I almost hit.
Oh, okay.
Good
Okay.
morning, sunshine.
Morning.
Uh,
So we are recording. It's just you and me at this point, which is fine. Um, Maybe I'll do this and turn some light on for you. My lighting sucks here, but it is what it
mine,
is.
mine does too. Where you at?
I'm sitting at the office already. I left a little
Nice.
early, so,
Yeah,
so I'm not
mine's
so I'm not sitting in a sketchy spot in Aurora.
gotcha. Yeah, mine is. I don't know if my video's even on.
It was, I don't see you
Um,
now, but oh, I kind of see
yeah.
you.
How'd the interview go last night?
It
Or
went
the?
well. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
Hope somebody gets value out of it somewhere.
I'm sure.
Uh,
Come on, Michael. You have a lot to
and I
offer, and
I know that one of the things that Val and I talked about was we talked about it before we did it. Uh, was that I want to be able to post this over onto my school site, not this, but the the interview that we did last night. But yeah,
right.
we talked about pretty much everything. Why I'm in the school and what are my plans. We actually talked about this group a little bit and about
Cool.
the what I think is the gap in knowledge from what's out there on the internet, what's in the private classes, but I feel there's a gap there that's not being addressed, and that's my whole point of doing this was so that maybe we could fill that gap. And then the other thing was that I don't want this to be just about me.
Yeah. I'm I'm not lost in the surveying class. I'm just come on, man. I'm a beer salesman by trade. So me gathering all of that is just so much. But at least I'm getting some insight, some history, and ways to look at it. So if this is ever posted and someone's coming from a completely different industry, I would say stand in there and get hang in there because there's a lot to learn on all of these sites. You just got to pick the right ones, and I feel that we're on the right ones. I lose you. Get out of Dodge. Can you hear me? You there? You there? But you know what? Volume's all the way up. Mute. Nothing's on mute.
¿Qué onda? ¿Me ganaste, güey? ¿Me ganaste? ¿Por qué? ¿Quién? ¿Un carrito azul? Oh, that was the cleaning lady.
No.
You there?
Oh, there we go. I'm
Dude, I
here.
checked our call. Is there anybody else on the phone?
Somebody else just popped in.
Okay. Wait, say that again.
I said somebody else just showed up.
Okay, cool. And I thought I got a contact crossing someone's line. So did you hear anything about what I was saying?
Nothing. I don't know what happened. My app crashed, so I had to relog in.
Okay.
And
That
so,
was me.
nope, it was on my end.
Yeah, so what I was saying is, I think it's a good thing that you're bridging the gap because you're talking to 30-plus-year beer guy who's been selling beer, has no clue on the industry whatsoever, and except construction causes traffic delays. That's all I know about construction. And you've taught me so much over the past year and a half, and it's just been amazing. So bridging the gap where I'm in the wrong, not wrong, I'm in a different space in my mind. I'm totally learning a lot, even though I'm lost in Rami's class. But a lot of what you stated or taught me comes to fruition. And certainly learning the history behind surveying and getting at least more knowledge of it is definitely helping me a lot.
Good.
So if that helps anybody that ever sees this, hang in there because I had no idea a year and a half ago what this was all about. And I'm still in the dark, unintended, but I'm certainly learning every day. You are a good mentor, so I thank you for that.
Well, good. And the third person on the call just identified. It's Matt, and he's coming with us off of DLC. He's new over there. He should speak up if he can.
Chalk?
Yep. Yep. I didn't know if it was him or if it was Matt Barnes because it just said iPhone on there.
Gotcha.
Last week when we did this, it was Matt Barnes, and we talked for. I don't know, well, the video's up on the class, so that's the other thing I'm doing with this is I'm posting the transcripts and the video from these calls, so they're there for future reference. But I think it'll be a good resource.
Absolutely. And I got an email from it that showed me all that transcript and stuff. And I remember that. But yeah, it'll be a great resource, especially because, again, you're bridging the gap between Rami and DLC and a bunch of other, who knows what.
Right. I mean, there's a bunch of places out there, and I haven't been to all of them. I've been to a few of them, and it's one of the things that I noticed. You've got, everything for the beginner. You've also got some for those who want to go down else, but there's not a okay, you do this and this. Okay, now I've done that. How do I do? You got which ones and goals and what are those deliverables? What's the best path to do that? And there's a lot that people don't talk about. I mean,
Right.
they may talk about it.
That's what he told him. I said, so you mean to tell me that Q is more expensive than me and doesn't do shit, but he has them over there, but I'm too expensive? I said, that's the story sticking to it. Porque el Bernardo ya sabe que a mí me vale verga.
Sí, como sea, pues fuck it. Ah, son mamadas, güey.
Me and Andrew get along good, dude. I like Andrew. Pero no me gustó que nos traen haciendo todo el pinche jale. Why do we stop using Kubi?
Mike, are you hearing that?
Uh,
Ay, cabrón. Se conectó el teléfono de este güey. Pero me deja, le digo a este güey que su teléfono está conectado con el mío.
I'm back.
No, está cabrón, vato.
Los güeyes de Cubi los dejamos de usar porque se pusieron bien llorones.
Oh, sí. La
Ya.
madre.
Allá nos traían a mí y a Zayla,
Oh,
pinche, se-
We figured out what's happened. Yeah, we figured out what's happened. I was connecting to another. So you know this, Al, that occasionally I've got to give up my vehicle and I've got to get a spare vehicle. Well, somebody currently is driving that spare vehicle because we've got training today. So I keep jumping over to his vehicle. It's like, and he just got out and let me know. So, but he's been kind enough to shut his vehicle off now, so we shouldn't have that problem again.
I thought it was me. I'm like, how am I getting this?
Yeah, yeah, that's just because Alex got out of the vehicle and he's walking towards me and going, "What's going on?" And he's got the whole phone sign up to his head, and it's like, and then I realized what was going on. So,
Yeah, because
but,
I
you
started
know,
talking. You still there? And they just stopped talking, and they're like, "Uh-oh."
yeah. So that's what happened. I just disconnected from that, and then he shut his vehicle off. So, but you know what that says, though? The Bluetooth range on my phone is really, really good.
Yeah,
So anyway, yeah, that's where I am with this, and I think it's a good thing. And Dusty from DLC, you, Matt, a couple other people that I've talked to in the past. It's like, dude, you need to put something online. So it's like, okay, we'll see what we can do. And because one thing that I have a lot of extra of is time.
right.
So
Did Matt ever
yeah.
chime? Matt ever chime in?
I'm in.
Oh, yay, Matt. Sorry about
Hey,
the
buddy.
technical difficulties. This
No,
is
no.
this
I was
is this is
enjoying it.
this is all I won't say it's all new to me. I've been doing Zoom calls for a minute, but being the host and this is going to be an interesting call.
Right on.
So
I'm driving myself, and I'm I'm glad to be here. I appreciate it, guys.
no
No
worries,
worries,
man.
man.
And I think I sent you my phone number on
Yes.
DLC.
Yep.
Yeah, I try to do that, and it's really good if I have your number first because otherwise
You
I'm going to
don't.
give you my business call because if you're not in my phone book,
Yeah.
your call won't ring through. You'll go straight to voicemail.
Yep.
But my business line takes every call. So it's like, okay, he's giving me his number. So I give him my personal number. So you're in my phone book. I will tell you, Al, how much time have we spent on the phone in the last year and a half?
I couldn't count the hours in days.
Yeah. So, and when I say that I get phone calls almost every day, some of them are for Al. He's gotten better. He doesn't call me every day anymore. But I get phone calls from Matt Barnes. I get phone calls from Peter, Chad. I get phone calls, and I'm okay with that. And that's one of the benefits of my day job.
Right.
I have a lot of windshield time, so it affords me the time to take those calls. And I pretty much am independent on my day job. So even if I'm at the warehouse, I still take calls. It's never, I won't say it's never a bad time because I do have meetings and whatnot, but it's just one of those things that, I'm always available for the phone calls. And that's, you
Good.
know, I'm not knocking those phone calls because I enjoy them because y'all give me questions. And it's like, okay, I don't know the answer to that. So I'm going to find that rabbit hole and
Right.
answer. Um, but one of the things like I told Val last night on the podcast slash interview, whatever that was, is that this right what we're doing right now, it kind of gives everybody the opportunity to get on one call and get their answers, their questions addressed. And then, I'm not going to say that it frees up time during my day, because nothing's going to free up time during my day. There's always something for me to do, but it may eventually cut down on the amount of phone calls that I field. That
Right.
makes sense.
That's
So, but
That's
no,
what
I'm glad you're
myself.
here.
Yeah, me too, man. It's a good feeling. I like it. I'm anxious to learn a lot. Uh, you know, I'm a rookie. No, I'm not trying to hide nothing and say that I can do anything, but I'm ready to learn and all ears, man.
Well, DLC is a great place to start. And I like DLC. And it's funny, and I've said this to Dusty, and I'm not trying to blow my own horn here, but at DLC, I feel like a big fish in a small pond.
Right.
Right. Whereas over at the survey school, I feel like the dumbest guy in the room, and I'm okay with that, because there's so much, the information that I'm getting there is such a completely different side of what I do that I had no idea exists. I knew that it was out there, and I knew that I needed to figure some stuff out from that side of our world. But I didn't realize the depth that I could go down. That I didn't know what I don't know. That's the other thing. I'm a big fan of that statement. I don't know what I don't know, and I enjoy challenging myself to find that information. And I've, s- my tagline on the survey school is I'm a guy with a drone and an emily just trying to do better. And that's what it is for me. I'm just trying to do better for my clients, for myself, for my family, for all the people I work with, whether it be on here or personally. I'm just trying to be a better everything. And I don't, by everything, I don't mean everything, but everything that I do that touches people's lives, whether it's the drone side, whether it's the personal side, whether it's I just try to be a better person, and I just offer all that up to everybody, because I think I don't ever want to be accused of gatekeeping. And I know that there are professions out there that do gatekeep, and I don't think drones will ever be one of them, for the most part.
Right.
There are people out there that are really, they don't want to give you the answers, which I think hurts the industry, because I mean, do you know who Cody Rutledge is? He's got a company called Dronadair.
Yes.
So one of his big things is he would rather collaborate than compete. I am right there in that same camp. I would rather, collaborate on something, and then, as opposed to competing. So if I can help somebody, I'm going to help them, because, I've gotten help along the way, and
Right.
I have people that I can call, if I've got questions, and they've been really great for me. And it's a great feeling knowing that, something's going to come out of this.
It is. It's pretty refreshing. I don't know anybody else over here, and it's all I have is DLC. So, I mean, thank you.
Well, yeah, so I don't think you need to spend the money on the survey school. I really don't, not at this stage that you're at. Maybe down the road you might want to get involved in it, but that's way far down the road.
What is the survey school? I don't even know what that is.
So there's a guy that you need to be following on YouTube.
Okay.
His name's Rami Tamini. I can
Rami, yeah,
send,
yeah.
yeah,
I'm familiar. I didn't know that's how you pronounce his name, but yeah, I've
yeah.
seen his
Well,
video.
I just did an interview with his assistant last night, talking about my story and how I got here. And it's one of those things that he is such a wealth of information. If you haven't watched all his videos, now granted, some of them don't directly pertain to what we do, but the majority of them do. Knock it off, dog. The majority of them do. And he gives that information freely. Now, if you want to get deeper into it, what he does and whatnot, he's got a class, but it is definitely based more on the survey side. Just like we were talking the phone call that led to the Zoom call that led to that interview last night was about scale factor on when you're, well, it was a ground to grid conversion, but it was about scale factor. So when you have a known point and you're dealing with geoids, you need to figure out what that scale factor is so that you can apply that to your overall map so that your map it's it's a deep subject and it's not pertinent to.
Still on the fundamentals of mapping.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't think you're there yet, and I don't think you need to spend that money yet. Um, Eventually, probably, maybe, but I'm trying. Like I was telling Al, I'm trying to, bridge that gap between where you are now, because there's a lot of stuff out there for you to consume.
Right.
And I'm not telling you not to be here, because I think that there'll be good information to put out. But I'm trying to fill that gap between where you are and where I guess where Rami is the example that I'm going to use. I don't ever want to be Rami. That's not where I want to be. But I think there needs to be somebody in the middle, because there's information out there that you can find that's easily accessible, but then there's also some stuff out there that is on the other side of it that's really deep and technical that doesn't really pertain to where you're at in the beginning. And then there's that space in the middle, and that's the space that I try to occupy, is that space in the middle to help you bridge that gap between the two. So, as well as at the beginning, because we all started somewhere, and without people like Rami and Timmy D from Drone Mapping Tools, and I hate to say this, Paul from Drone U. Don't laugh, Al.
I'm familiar
Uh,
with.
yeah, I have issues with him personally, but that's me. That's
Well,
mine.
I'm with DLC and not over at Drone U, so I have my opinions as well. So
Well, everybody on this call right now, all three of us have similar opinions about him. Um, but it's fine. I mean,
yeah,
we all try to occupy our space and stay in our lane. And I'm just going to stop there because this is being recorded. This is going to go up online, and I'm not going to.
I don't have.
Yeah,
It's
I do
awesome.
like his sarcasm sometimes. I gotta say that. Sometimes it's kind of funny.
well, we all come by that naturally. You know me and sarcasm, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, we're old friends. I miss Molly. I don't know if you can see her, but Miss Molly's in the front seat, or trying to be in the front seat here.
I see her occasionally.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had to give the story last night on the call of how I came up with the name Wet Dog Drones, or Wet Dog Drone Services. So, yeah,
I
Miss
believe I
Molly's
heard you were on a podcast previously with drone uh, DLC, correct? Or
Yep.
drone?
I've
Yeah,
done, your drone questions and answers. I've done a couple of those and turned down a couple of those because the questions that they wanted me to answer, it's like, that's not in my lane. I got nothing for you on that one. You need to find somebody that's more of their space than mine. So I'll be the first to admit it. If I don't know something, I'm going to tell you.
me too. Thank you.
And
Yeah, it's honorable.
yeah, I mean, this isn't this school where where this is right now. This is never going to be about money for me. Um, will I charge some money at some point? Yes, because at some point I want this to be self-sustaining, so it's not money out of my pocket every month.
Right.
That makes
But
total.
for right now, I'm okay with it being what it is. And like I said, it's going to be good. And I think, well, I guess they'll got a little bit of time. I was watching people pull up. We've got safety training today, or annual safety training, which I don't have to do. Yay.
Your
Yay.
annual is almost over.
Well, I didn't have to do it last year either, because it's the same information that I've sat through for the last 7.5 years, almost 8 years. And my boss's boss just said, yeah, don't even put him on the schedule. He's got other things that are more important to do, which I appreciate. So,
Right.
I mean, 7.5 years without a recordable accident. I think I'm doing okay. So,
Yeah. But looping
But
back to
Matt-
what you were just talking about, I know you don't have all the answers, but I know you will find the ones you need to find them. So that's another good thing that, you can bridge. If someone asks you a question, I know you're gonna, or even if I ask you, you're gonna get that answer, or we're gonna figure it out together. Which,
yeah.
that's really a great trait to have.
I agree.
So Matt, where are you at?
I'm in DeLand, Florida. Getting ready
Oh,
for the
so it's late for you.
When is the hurricane supposed to hit ground?
it's supposed to be rocking us tonight at like 10, 11 o'clock tonight, somewhere around there. Making land.
You're in DeLand.
Yeah.
You're not too far from Drone Launch Academy.
Right. Yeah. I'm probably maybe an hour away.
Right.
Not too far. But yeah, we're still out. I'm volunteering, helping fill sandbags and helping the community, just getting out
Good for
because
you.
a lot of people that can't, the elderly folks that can't fill their own bags, load it in the car. Sometimes I go to their house and unload it and stack it for them. The
Cool.
whole trimming branches, tying stuff down. So it's, if you don't get out and help, it's gonna, I don't have to tell them.
Yeah, karma has its
speed
own.
limit is 30 miles
Oh,
per
way.
hour.
You're speeding, oh.
I know.
Oh.
He always corrects me.
All right, gentlemen, it's 6:30. Thanks for showing up, Matt. I appreciate that.
Normally I wouldn't be able to. I work a 40-hour week. I'm on construction. I build custom homes. I'm a framer. But this is my side, and I had an opportunity to jump in on the call this morning, and I wanted to, you gave me the opportunity to join, so it was the least I could do is at least jump in and good morning, say good morning.
Yeah, and you're always welcome. And like I said, if you've got a question you need help with or something, you've got my number. Like I said, pretty much anytime. If it's a bad time for me, I'll just send you a text to tell you I'll call you back, and then as soon as it's a good time for me, I'll call you back. So don't ever worry about calling.
That's cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
With me,
Yeah. So, all right, gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this up
All right, buddy.
and say thanks for showing up, and I will talk to you all later.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
I'll see you in a little while.
All right. Bye.
Bye.